episode.
Yeah, it's gone down all right, mate. I think, a few remarks on Twitter, a few comments off our partners, what we should and shouldn't put in there.
Yeah.
So it's, few tweaks tonight and we'll go again.
Yeah. Spoke to a few people, a couple of bits which maybe a bit boring, but I'm sure over time.
I think we waffled a little bit about the club so much, didn't we? And it was, but we'll eliminate that tonight. Get straight to the good stuff.
Yeah, well, just on that, young George, one of the coaches, he watches a bunch of amateurs. He thought it might be a good idea to follow us around with a camera day to day. Well, not day to day, but sort of match days, courtside. We started that last night and started to edit it. I think it might go down well, actually.
You need a lot of bleeping, I think, mate. So,
there is a lot of bleeping.
I tend to swear a little bit too much.
I passed it on to our good friend Rob Smith. And he's
is he happy with it?
He thinks it'll go down well anyway. So
we'll give
he's helping us with it.
I'm sure York won't like it, but we'll give it a try.
Okay, well, that brings us to last night's fixture.
Yeah, really good for us. 1-7-2. Was it surprising? I don't know. We've set this one out, haven't we, for a long while now, for probably 7-8 weeks. We've said this is the one. We've got full squad. We've changed tactics. Everything we do, we've changed. And this was the one where we thought, well, these are the teams. If we do get promoted, these are the teams that are going to be round about us. Who's going to get relegated between us, them, or whoever else is up there, Wessex or whoever it may be. And we've come out on top.
Yeah, well, obviously in the video in that George did, he catches us talking in the car, and you're obviously before the game saying that you think York will beat us.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we was expecting, but we was hoping we could compete. I think if we thought we could compete, then with everything that we've been putting in next season.
I think the difference we've seen is the last 6, 7, 8 weeks we've had the same 11, 12 players at training, same players, they're coming to the games. And over the last 3 weeks, we've had the same players at the game. So I think it's paying off. And it's looking at that game, you're right, it might be a one-off and we might have just caught them a bit cold. Maybe they thought we were going to sit in, I don't know. Maybe they thought it was going to be an easy game for them, but...
Yeah, I think you're right. The training, even when people was injured, was actually coming because there was a lot of analysis.
Yeah.
We recorded every training session with the VO, watched it back, we picked up on all the finer details. And we tried to correct things, and it looks like it's coming together. Obviously, it's never going to be perfect, and we're probably still a way off being at the top elite level. But with the players we've got, they're listening, they're doing it, they're attending, and we can't really ask for much more.
I think we've looked at the Manchester game from last week, and there was the goals they scored. There was 2 or 3 big mistakes where 2 players had gone to the same man, and it just didn't work. I haven't watched the York game back because I don't think Wilson's given us the footage yet, but I don't think he ever will have. So that's a shame. But what I remember, I don't think there's many mistakes. I don't think we've got...
No, there was a couple. I have asked Junior for the footage. And hopefully he gives us it. I know you and him had a bit of a spat at the end. I think me and him are still on.
I think you two are... Well, I maybe told you this story before, but I'll tell you again. I've never forgiven him. Maybe don't even know this, but I've never forgiven him for it. 5 years ago, I was doing my UEFA B. Go down. I got told by Ian Bateman, go down to see Wilson, and he'll sort you out. I gets down there for his put on this training session, and I'm stood about for a bit. And he goes, "All right, we're going to do some speed testing." So I'm sat in the hall. I've only got an hour session with him, and I'm sat there for half an hour watching these kids run up and down, and he's timing them. And then I finally get in the hall, and I put on. I didn't know what I was going to get. I think I got under 12s or 13s, so I put on a session. He's talking to all these players as they're coming in, all the blokes players. And at the end of it, he goes, "Right, I've seen enough. Ask me a couple of questions. Yeah. I'll be telling them you've passed, yeah." Brilliant. I go home, tell everyone. I tell everybody I've passed. 2 or 3 days later, I'm not hearing now, so I get hold of Ian Bateman. Oh, no, Dave, you weren't passed. No, Junior said he didn't get it. He didn't understand what he was doing. He didn't understand your session you put on. No, you're not ready. Contact Junior, nothing. So then Ian Bateman gets involved. Blah blah blah. A few months later, I finally get it passed. But never once did I get an apology or so sorry, Dave. I know I told you you'd pass, but by the way, you hadn't. So it stuck in my throat. That stuck in my throat for 5 years. That has. So it was good to get one over on him. And then, sadly, at the end of it all, I actually put the video on. I did. What happened? Ball comes over to me and it just flicks up. I flicked it up, and it was just there. And I did. It probably the worst 5 keepy uppies you've ever seen in your life. One of which was used with my hand. And then you see this what was he called? Number 10. Number 10, he comes over and I just said to him, you won't be able to beat 5 keepy uppies, mate. Obviously, I knew he played for England. And then he laughed it off, went away. And that was it. That's what he was complaining about, that I'd actually challenged this lad to beat 5 keepy uppies.
Right.
So he got a little bit upset about that. He obviously didn't want to talk to him at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Which,
I know.
If he's getting upset about that, I get what he's talking. I shouldn't be talking to his players, but I thought I was having a laugh about myself that I'd just done the worst 5 keepy ups in history in front of an England player, and then I'm challenging him to beat that. So if Junior's took it the wrong way, whatever. I'm not that bothered.
I think with Junior, the way I've perceived him is he can easily fall out with people, and there's a couple of instances where I think he's tried to fall out with me and I've not let it happen because it has to be. I know how much effort he must put in to create a club like he has because I'm doing it day to day. So I'd like to think there was a sort of mutual respect. So I've never allowed it to happen, but I do know from other people's experience he can fall out with people quite easy. So if that's
this leads on. So then this probably leads on to where it maybe fell out with me now. So it puts a tweet on. I don't know if people might have seen it on. It puts it on Twitter. Something along the lines of a disgusting first half display and an embarrassing result for the club. I took that on. It's an embarrassing result. What? Because you've been beat by us, or because you've played? I didn't quite get how he was getting at.
I think that's getting at. From that, I think that's the only thing I'd say I was upset at because Junior did. I don't know who handles the social media. I don't know whether it's Junior himself. For some reason, I assumed it was, but Junior actually shared one of the posts apologising to the fans. But I think the only upsetting for me is at no point has he actually put his hand up and just gone, fair play, you're absolutely... Like 6-0 up after 15 minutes.
Well, we were 6-0 up, then he brought the fly out. Did flat keeper after, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Did get a couple back, got in the game, rocked us for a little bit.
Yeah.
And the second half was absolutely such a non-event.
Yeah.
He went flat keeper throughout the second half. We'd sussed his flat keeper out. I think, what did he have? 3 shots on target, if that, second half. And we won the second half 1-0. I think
that's the other thing for me. I think when we get beat, we look at ourselves, but like... We look at our defeats this season. Manchester, we've gone fair play. They're good young kids. They're really talented kids. Obviously, the keepers on both occasions, 2 different keepers, have massively helped them. But at no point have we just said it's purely because of the keeper. No. And then the Derby game, I think we both held hand up and just said in every department they were better than us. I think if you're going to get beat, you've got to look at yourselves, but also what have the opposition done to beat you? And just a bit. I don't think he's given us any credit.
No, in the Manchester game, we looked at the half time and we had 12 shots on target, scored 2, and they had 5 shots on target and scored 4.
Yeah.
Against York, we've buried these ones for once, and they've actually gone in from close distance, long range. They've all gone in. But like I say, after that, it was just. I know he was trying to get back in the game with that flat keeper, but I just thought absolutely. The crowd can't have enjoyed that second half. It was just. It was just dull to watch, very dull, and it would just look like a half-time key ball session for them. So I didn't.
But for us, positives.
For us, positives. It was massive. Defensively, I thought it was sound. The only disappointing thing, we didn't get to try what we've been working on more because it went flying. We had to sit in and go back into that diamond. But for the first 15, I thought it was really good.
Yeah,
I thought it was really good. And York had the first. I think missing the keeper and the captain.
Captain suspended.
I think pretty much
Apart from that, yeah,
looked like they were full strength.
Yeah.
But yeah, we was full strength, so there's no excuses. But I'd say it just stuck in my throat when they're saying it's an embarrassing result. If you'd put an embarrassing performance, I'd agree with that. But I don't think there's much between us now. I think, yeah, you might be in Tier 1 York, but you're lucky Wessex are in it, I think. Otherwise, you'd be coming straight back down. Because I think that the other 6 are on a different level to the bottom 2. Sorry, Wessex, but I think the bottom 2 are just not at the races with the top 6.
No. Okay, right, it's back. Kick-ins.
Okay.
What's rattling your cage this week?
Apart from York. York, actually. I'll get another one on York. There's 2 kick-ins, so actually, York, if you do actually watch, just unbar me off Twitter, because I did put something on Twitter to that and just said you was outplayed, outcoached, and outfought, and a little video of me doing some keep you up. So if you are watching, York, just take me off don't be babies and
stop unblocking.
Unblock me, babes. But anyhow, academy players playing futsal.
Okay, so I've seen there's quite a bit of this being going on Twitter. So Tim Bridge, who is a listener of ours, watcher of ours, okay, he's been on it. Graham Dell, not sure how much Graham has to say on this. I think it's a Premier League sort of restriction, but it's in regards to academy players playing in the Pokemon Futsal Cup, and they should be allowed, and they are allowed if they're playing for their own team, but they can't for futsal teams, etc. So what's your thoughts on it?
I think academy players should play futsal. Cause I think I love we all love futsal. There's got to be, you've got to pick your tournaments. I think know what you're entering. If you're entering, if the Pokemon Cup's purely grassroots clubs like ours, then I'd say bringing in a full-on academy team and playing to the Pokemon Cup, it's just a waste of time. The levels are too big. The levels, we've got a good setup here. But you know when you bring an academy player in under 10s, they're just too big, too strong, too fast. Even though ours all can do the futsal stuff, they're just too big and strong for them. They can just go around them with ease. This is why they're at academies, because they're just that good. So I think bringing academy players into grassroots tournaments, a full-on academy side, I don't know what benefits. Don't benefit our lads because we just get whooped, and I don't think it benefits the academy lads because it's too easy.
Yeah,
I think if they want to do futsal, which I think they should, the Premier League or whoever needs to get together and organise.
Well, there is one. I think I saw Ian Baines was at a Premier League event. I'm sure it was a futsal event.
All right.
I'm sure it was a futsal event. So they do have the opportunities. I think the problem is like we saw on Saturday. We was in like a little competition organised by Rob Brassett in Leeds, and we had loads of really good competitive games. But the minute we came up against futsal, we just couldn't get near him. He entered a grassroots team and like an academy team, and I think we at under 10s, which is probably one of our most talented age groups. I think we drew with his grassroots team and beat his grassroots team, and then we met his academy team in the semi-final, and they had Man United players and Leeds players, and
we've got not against Ezzle Rangers, but we've got Ezzle Rangers. There's a difference, isn't there, from an under 9 Ezzle Rangers to an under 10 Man United player.
Yeah.
The gap's just so big, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you do, what you tell them to do. They're just at that age, they're just bare. But I think if you are going to play academy players and come out and actually tell people what your plan is, if that's your plan and you want to play academy players in your system, and you come out and play grassroots teams, just let them know what's happening. So at least they've got the opportunity to say, this is not going to benefit us at all. It's just going to whip us.
Yeah.
I know that maybe sounds a little bit defeatist, but
I think that was it. I think our lads were doing real well, and there was buzzing up to the semi-final, and then after that game, it was 7-2. But to be fair, I think the town got shortened because we was running out of time, and we just was getting nowhere near. The keeper saved a few, and it was just I had to pick them up. I had to say, look, this you're playing academy players. They didn't quite understand. When I told them, it shocked them a bit. It's like, well, why are we playing them? So,
but yeah, and it's just I asked that. I went over to one of the coaches in our first game because they was playing one of our under 10s teams, and I've gone over to him and just said, mate, I cannot believe the standard of players you've got. You must have academies absolutely falling off themselves to sign some of these kids. They're just amazing. And he's like, oh yeah, and an hour and a couple, and his little lad he had with him, one of his players, couldn't wait to tell me, oh, they're all academy players. I think at this time it was like 4-0 to them, and I thought, oh wow, what's... So I just turned on, what can you say? If you're going to play academy, just say, actually, mate, they're full-on academy, this lot. They're all top of the game. You've probably got, and then at least I know what I'm letting myself in for. But again, if you want to do that, if you do it, but you're just gonna walk it. There's no.
Yeah, I think you've got to manage it right. I think we went on that 7-2 game when they scored the 7th goal. I think their coach is shouting, "Don't stop, get more!" And it's like, mate, there's no goal difference. It's 7-2. Can't you ask them to keep the ball on? Something to develop rather than just
set them a challenge. What the challenge was, pummel them more.
Yeah.
And there was actually them lads was actually playing a year. Our lads were playing a year up as well. They were all under nines.
Yeah.
So I thought they did well to keep it to 7-2.
Yeah.
But just to keep pummeling them, they're under nines.
Exactly.
I don't see a lot of point in it, and they've won the tournament. Whoopie-doo, but what did you beat? I don't know. But again, we played under 12s. I nipped in and took an under 12s. We only had 5 players. One of their players absolutely wipes one of ours out. Bam, goes down, crying, comes off, just sit down there. I think it was 5-1 to them at the time. Another academy lot. What does the guy do? The other coach? Yeah, keep playing lads with 5. Oh my God, mate. So it gets to 8-1 and then he's applauding all the stuff they're doing. He's like, you're playing a bunch of grassroots kids with your full-on academy system and you're applauding playing against 4 men instead of saying, really sorry, mate, do you want us to play? We'll match if you want to play with 4. And I know if you was there and it was the other way around, you would have absolutely said, well, you would have took one of our players off and said, come on, we'll mate.
But when you told me that, if I was playing with 4 against 5 academy players, I would have just dragged my 4 off and said, game's done. I want to give them the satisfaction of pummeling 4 players, and I want to put my players through it. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. That would be my mentality on it.
Well, what comes out of my mind, it was either I go over there and embarrass myself in front of the full hall, or I have to just shut up. So I had to just bite my tongue, shut up, and comfort this kid. Not once did anyone come over to see if he was all right.
No.
Bless him. He sat there crying on the floor, and there, just clapping the goals of another round of goals. It's like, you've done well here, mate. It's a shame we didn't have another trophy for him. But like I say, I don't want to. You can't stop the kids playing futsal because I want them to. The futsal, it brings the level up of futsal when all these kids play it, and it brings it up.
Yeah.
But you've got.
Well, Tim asked me if he could come over, and I said, well, I'll ask Hull City. Hull City, he's constantly texting me to get involved. We're at a CPD tomorrow. Hull City, I think Ian Bateman's down there actually. Yeah. They want games. That's who Tim's academy players should be playing. If they're playing for Leeds and Man U, then they don't want to be playing our lads, do they? They want to play at that level, and then that's it. But it's.
But if he's got a grassroots team, I'll happily take the grassroots team. The level's all right.
100%.
But that's all we're interested in when we play. Is the level right? If we're going to beat a team 10-0, I'm not interested. And if it's 10-0 the other way, I'm not. It benefits nobody. Yeah. So unless we can actually get the levels right, I don't see the point. But like I say, I don't want to stop these kids playing. I don't think they should stop playing.
No.
But play around your right class of people.
Yeah. I think that's enough for this episode. We'll obviously keep this going, but I'm really interested to see this courtside, this behind the scenes.
I've seen a couple of clips already, and I don't realise. I've been really good because I'm trying not to swear.
I've been watching the Helvetia one, and I've only just realised the GB Brunel one actually existed after watching it when it was part of Roots that you haven't got a clue what I'm saying, have you? So I love watching them, so I'm hoping ours could be of that level. I think the behind the scenes stuff is actually more exciting than some of the futsal that's been played. But we'll put it out there. We'll see what comes of it, and see what feedback we get.